Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschachari Satarani Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So besides talking about Krishna, our favorite thing is talking about Srila Prabhupada. We're always drowned in the ocean of bliss listening to Shruti Kirti reveal all these wonderful pastimes that he was able to relish in Prabhupada's association. Right now I'm working very hard on, we're just 99% finished on a book about Govardhan. And in the research we found some amazing things. Or many amazing things, but one very amazing thing. Because right now we're in the chapter about Uddhava in the Bhagavatam. And somebody, I can't remember who, mentioned in class that next to Kusum Sarovar there's Uddhav Mandir. Interesting thing about this, one interesting thing that we discovered is anybody who's been to Kusum Sarovar, you know right next door is a little temple maintained by ISKCON called Radhabana Bihari. And it's a very wonderful devotees are there, Nityananda Mahajan and Pulindi, so many years serving there. And you may have seen a little old lady there, her name is Radha. Her father used to be the pujari at Uddhava Mandir. And she revealed that when she was a little girl, she used to see this nice Bengali gentleman who would stay down at Gwalior Mandir. Maybe you've noticed on the way just before you get to Kusum Sarovar and you're coming from Radhakund, there's this white, very stately building there, that's Gwalior Mandir. So Prabhupada would stay there sometime with some other Bengali gentleman, and then he would come and meet her father at Uddhav Mandir, because somehow they had a very sweet relationship. And they would discuss Krishna Katha. So we found out this very nice thing about that we didn't know before he took sannyas. Prabhupada was coming regularly to stay at Gwalior Mandir, and he was visiting this Uddhava Mandir. So somebody mentioned in class the other day that Arjuna had brought all the queens of Dwarka to Mathura, and one day they went to take bath in the Kalindi. And they saw that she was flowing very happily and very sweetly. And they said, Are, you were also the wife of Lord Krishna, we're also the wives of Lord Krishna, we're all suffering in separation, and why are you so happy? He said, and then she told them, if you go to Govardhan, she specifically mentions Govardhan, and that place where the Sakhis play. There's so many wonderful pastimes at Kusum Sarovar. And you chant Harinam, Uddhava is staying there in the form of grass and creepers. So there used to be a godbrother named Jamuna Jivan who lived there, so he found all of the history of this mandir or Uddhav's presence there in Skandapuran. So we were studying Skandapuran about that Bhagavad Mahatmya, and it describes how they went there. Parikshit Maharaj took all the queens to Kusum Sarovar. They did Nam Sankirtan, and Uddhava appeared. And he began to glorify Srimad Bhagavatam. Anyway, he said, it's a long pastime, but anyway, he said, now I'm going to speak for 30 days about Srimad Bhagavatam. And you will realize in the end that you're not ever separated from Krishna. You're the eternal Parshad, it's eternal associates. He said, but Parikshit, I have some service for you. Because now Kali has come, he will disturb any good thing that goes on in Kali Yuga. So you go fight with Kali while I deal with these, speak Srimad Bhagavatam to all these queens and all the people present here. And he said, yes, of course I'll go, but what about me? How will I get the benefit of Srimad Bhagavatam? He said, what I will do for you, for these queens in 30 days, the great soul Sukadev Goswami will come and speak to you in 7 days. And he will speak Srimad Bhagavatam, and men, they have no clue that the real goal of life, they're thinking Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha, but beyond that is pure love of Godhead. He will reveal that to you in the Srimad Bhagavatam, and by that, because of that revelation, then all the men have hardly any clue. But now people of Bharat will understand the glory of Srimad Bhagavatam because of your hearing it, because we know that many sages came to hear. And Sutta Goswami later spoke to so many thousands of sages in Naimisharanya. He said, and then the verse says, and then, not only in Bharat, but then the message of Srimad Bhagavatam will go all over the world. We studied the Sanskrit. It says that now, from that, then the message of Bhagavatam will go all over the world. So we now know that person who spread this message of Srimad Bhagavatam all over the world, this is mentioned there. Yeah? Just like we heard this wonderful verse this morning. Of course, we didn't hear it, we read it. But at Mangalarti, the wonderful verse from Lochandasa's Chaitanya Mangala, he said, some people will leave and go to sinful countries, but Mahaprabhu will send his Senapati Bhakta to bring them all here. So all these wonderful, we discovered this wonderful thing that it says that Bhagavatam will go all over the world. And we're just hearing how, at least all over Bharat, our Devi Shakti is spreading Bhagavatam everywhere in all the colleges and everything. So this was most amazing research that it describes like that. So it was our very merciful, our unlimitedly compassionate and so kind Srila Prabhupada who spread this Bhagavatam. Now, I don't know how many languages Bhagavatam is in. It's all over the world by the mercy of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki! So,
Fooled me, I thought you finished.
Well, I was going to tell one wonderful pastime that I was remembering the other day. Is that one time I was in LA Temple, and I always used to be right near the Vyasa-san. This is when the temple room was where the Fate Museum is now. The temple room was there. Somehow one morning I was on this side of the Vyasa-san, and Prabhupada got down after class, and he did his dandavats, and I was paying my obeisances, and I looked up, and I saw those 2 lotus feet right in front of my head. So I just moved my head up and touched Prabhupada's feet. Prabhupada looked behind to see who was there. I wasn't going to miss that opportunity to touch those divine lotus feet. So from studying all of the wonderful lilas of Vraj and reciting all these wonderful lilas, I've understood how totally unqualified we are. And I have no hope of ever entering that spiritual world. Still, we're just praying that somehow or other, wherever Srila Prabhupada wants us to go, we will go there and continue serving his mission. That's our only prayer. We have no hope of going to the spiritual sky. If Srila Prabhupada will just give us his mercy, if he has got some other program in some other universe somewhere, let us go there and continue to assist him, because we have no hope to ever get to the spiritual world. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vyasa Puja Maha Mahotsav ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,